It's your boy Asani Akita with a very serious message today. Today I'd like to speak in regards to black liberation and what it means to me. I believe that it is time for Black America to liberate itself from the paradigm which we have suffered under for 500 years. I don't believe that means leaving the country. I don't believe in a back to Africa movement. What I believe in is African Americans forming their own cultural identities. What I believe in is finally giving up the auspices of fitting into the white man's box and the white man's construct and defining ourselves and creating our own identity, allowing our children to flourish under their own identity and not hating them for it the way we've shown in the past. I believe the need for liberation arises from the slave mentality and that Black Americans are still suffering from it, stemming from the institution of Christianity and the enforcement of Christianity on the African American race as the only forms of social acceptance in America for Black people, although segregated to this day. It has failed us. The black church paradigm, ideology, Christianity has failed us all. There is not one African American who can tell me that as a people we are better off today than we were 40 years ago. Perhaps more of us have gained significant wealth, but as a people, there are more of us locked up than there ever have been. There are more of us killed in the streets than there ever have been. And the disparities between the rich blacks and the poor blacks grow larger each day. I feel the need to make this video because when I do a Google search for black liberation, I come up with two things. I come up with theories on black liberation theology, and I come up with The Hate, Glenn Beck, Fox News. What's amazing is how the right wing in this country has managed to hijack the black agenda and degrade it. And if you doubt me, just go ahead and punch Google into your computer and search for black liberation, and you'll see for yourself who is putting out a message on black liberation. It ain't us. You almost have to search more for black nationalism, and they're still there. They're still fighting our ideologies and fighting our liberation on video, but there's more occurrences of Malcolm X, etc., Nation of Islam, black nationalist movements than there are under the terms black liberation, which to me is more evidence that we need to be liberated and we need to be strong. So what does it mean to me to be a liberated black man? What it means to me is that I don't seek the approval of the white man anymore. Yes, I work in his company. Yes, I live in his country. I live in my country, which we share. But I do not look for external validation from their culture any longer. I have fully accepted my own culture, which is the hip-hop culture. And as a 38-year-old, I will never give it up. It is the one thing African Americans have created for themselves in this country. Yes, it has gone downhill. Hip-hop is not rap. And hip-hop is so far underground that it's barely seen these days, but it's there, and it's still the culture of African America. So I embrace it, and I reject the dominant culture, which tells me I need to fit into their box, and then beats me up for not fitting into it after they set the rules in opposition. Doesn't make sense. African Americans have to wake up, come out of the pews, give it up. Okay, they've used this religion to oppress us. They've used this religion to enslave us. And it's time that we liberate ourselves from it and from them. I'm not saying that we can't coexist. I'm not saying that we shouldn't interracially date or marry. I'm all for everyone having their personal freedoms, and I'm not mad at any brother or sister who looks outside of their race for a partner. All that I'm saying is I want that brother or sister to still be themselves, to still feel like they can be themselves in any setting, not just when they're getting a haircut, not just when they need to go to the hood to get tires. I want them to feel liberated enough to be themselves in the whitest of social settings. And I want my kids to feel like they can be themselves without worrying about someone calling 911 on them for just walking through their neighborhood, which is something I heard recently of a neighborhood watch patrolman basically sent out an email to his entire family, rather his entire neighborhood, saying if he saw any young Afro teens to call 911. These are the constraints, the societal constraints that we have to liberate ourselves from. And Dr. King's work was only the beginning. I plan to pursue my dissertation and my PhD in ending the war on drugs because I think it may be the last obstacle to black liberation. I think it may be the last method of suppression. And if we can end this war, I'm pretty sure we can liberate ourselves and elevate ourselves to a new level.